Most people don't really understand how it all works or what it really means, but how much money do you actually need to never have to work a job again? Or another question you could ask yourself is, what is your freedom number? And while most people think it's just a dollar amount, the real freedom number is about designing a lifestyle that you actually want. And this is something that a lot of people get uh, overthrown with or trapped with because they think it's just a simple dollar amount. But really, it's more than just that. And in this video, I want to share my own personal freedom number and how I calculate it during my quarterly planning reviews and when I expect to reach it. So, about a month ago, when I did my last quarterly planning for just where I'm at in general with my life, personally and professionally, and where I'm at with my finances. It's something that I do about every 90 days near the end of every quarter, and I think it's a good way to, know, not only to review like your goals and so forth and what you want to accomplish, but just it's good life management as well. And I think it's something that more people need to do, and I do recommend that you go about that route as well. So when I was doing my quarterly planning, I am trading both accounts or two accounts through options trading. I have a taxable account and a Roth IRA. And with both accounts combined, that value is just a little over 100K right now. And that's really pretty good size. And although I've only been trading these accounts, the taxable has been now about 2 years, and then the Roth IRA is about 20 months. I have contributed a lot to those accounts. So it's not just through making profits, but I have put a lot of contributions in them. But when I look at my accounts and then all my assets and what I have, I truly believe that with the planning I'm doing, there will be a there will come a point in time where my trading income will not only be predictable, but it will be consistent. And I think when you have consistent income, it just makes life so much easier and less stressful because you know how much you want to take out on a weekly or a monthly basis. And it makes it easier to calculate your real freedom number. So, although I do have a specific target number in mind, it's not just about the dollar size or the money, because if you think money is an objective to reach your financial goals, then it's not a good way to think about it. Uh, it is a crappy way to want to reach your uh, to accomplish your financial goals. I mean, it's nice to be well into the six figures, or maybe you want to hit seven figures, but it's not about achieving status. It's more about living a life that you desire and one where you can live on your own terms. For me, it's about uh, having freedom. For me, it's financial freedom and then also time freedom and then mobility. If you can achieve financial freedom first, then everything else falls in line easily. You know, um, with the financial freedom that I am working on getting, I will have more time on hand and I will have more mobility, or the ability to, live anywhere in the world that I desire. And if all goes well, I expect to achieve real financial freedom probably sometime between early 2030 to mid 2031. Now that's a couple years out, but you know, I like to map out a best case scenario and then a worst case scenario. I wouldn't say it's a worst case scenario because I do like to go conservative in my estimates, and I like to be that person who doesn't want to give give high expectations for myself and then be disappointed when I don't when I fall short of reaching my goals. Instead of that, I'd rather set low expectations and then be surprised later on, because that pushes me to work harder on my goals and to put more effort into it. So that way, if I am ahead or I do really well before my deadline, then that'll be the big surprise. And it's something that I always want to work on to really push myself further. And the big problem is that most people will chase an arbitrary big number without knowing what lifestyle they actually want. And that can lead to either burnout, chasing too much money, or underestimating how much they truly need. And if you really want to dive in further, you want to define your freedom number based on your ideal lifestyle, not just a random target number. Now, the number that I'm targeting, that's not the end all be all, but if I can get to that point where I no longer have to work for someone else, or I'm not pressured by external factors or so forth, then I have, I will truly achieve financial freedom. And how I plan to generate consistent income from that accounts without destroying the principal, that matters as well. Because once you hit your freedom number, you will want to get to a point where you can be comfortable taking out weekly distributions to support your lifestyle. And you can also at the same time have that account grow. So once I hit a target number and I can take out weekly distributions, I will be comfortable enough that I know that I'll be confident that my account will keep growing. And that's what really excites me about building long-term wealth is that once you hit a number or an account size where you can take out distributions but still grow your account at the same time, uh, that really is amazing. And it's something that I'm going to keep working on as well. So here are some takeaways from this video. The first one is that your freedom number isn't about becoming rich. It's about creating enough positive, or I'm sorry, well, you want to have be positive, but it's about creating enough passive or semi-passive income to support the lifestyle that you want. You know, if you can create, consistent, steady income every week where it can support your desired lifestyle, then that's what matters the most. The second one is to be honest about your real expenses, and that can determine your actual number. Because if you can, live off something or you can pay expenses with confidence, and whether that's in the United States or maybe elsewhere in the world where maybe the cost of living is a little cheaper, then that's something you have to look into. And the third one is that time matters just as much as the number. Consistent execution over the next 4 to 5 years, will actually get you there. And with me trading options consistently every week for the next few years, I know that over time that I will likely hit my goals and I will achieve financial freedom. So, knowing your freedom number, that gives you a clear target and it makes the daily grind much more meaningful. And it's something you want to really work on. And it's more than just, a dollar amount size or, you know, it's more about more than just money, but it's about, you know, identifying and, working towards the preferred lifestyle that you want. So if you want to learn more about, you know, building financial freedom and you really want to work on this path to consistency and really set your goals, I encourage you to check out my latest ebook called The Power of 1%: Why Slow, Steady Profits Beats Chasing Greed. In this ebook, I go over a couple scenarios and a couple examples of people who will trade options through the 1% approach and how you can compound that interest over time and you can see where your account size can grow in 5 to 10 years. So if that's something that interests you and you want to learn more, then be sure to check out the link in the video description below. You can also scan the QR code at the end of this video. And uh, that's all I got for now. If you've been thinking about what your freedom number is, or if you think it's more about money, then I'd like to hear your thoughts. Do you think it's about money? If so, why is it the case? And if it's not about money, if it's about something more personal or it's more purposeful and meaningful in your life, then I'd like to know what you think about as well when it comes to your personal freedom number. So If you have any questions or thoughts, leave them in the comments section below, and look forward to reading them, and maybe we can start a good dialogue. But other than that, that's all I got for now. So back at it, out and about on my walk, and until next time, peace.